I unalived my girlfriend while sleepwalking. I've struggled with sleepwalking for most of my life. It occurs when I'm exposed to chronic stress. Between losing my job due to COVID-19, struggling to pay the mortgage, and aggressive fights in my and my girlfriend's relationship, it's safe to say that I've had a full plate of stress. So I was not surprised when my girlfriend informed me that I had been sleepwalking again. It began with me sitting up in bed and staring at the door. Then I'd get out of bed, sit atop the dresser, and stare at my girlfriend. She could deal with me sitting up in bed because she would simply push me back down, but it was my stare at her, from the dresser, that scared her. She would tell me that my eyes were wide open and I had the most violent expression on my face. Then began the yelling. I'd sit on the dresser, stare at her, and scream until I woke both her and myself up. The morning after such events was always the worst, because she would accuse me of being awake the entire time, despite the fact that I had no recollection of it happening. The added stress from these events exacerbated their severity. I started sitting on her chest at night instead of using the dresser. The stares and screams continued until she agreed to stay with her mother, until I figured out how to keep this under control. And that is when it happened. Her mother's house is only 15 minutes from my and my girlfriend's shared apartment. I had a key to her mother's house because she was nearly deaf and wouldn't answer the door. My girlfriend and I took turns taking care of her mother, who was one of the sweetest women I'd ever met. While sleepwalking, I entered my girlfriend's family home. I walked into her childhood bedroom, grabbed her, and strangled her to death. She squirmed, gasped, clawed, and slapped. I didn't give up and ended her life that night. Her mother, who was sleeping in the room down the hall, was totally unaware, but I must admit, as I watched the fear leave her eyes and her fighting cease, I realized I had never slept at all.